Hey, what's up everyone? This is Justin here, and I just wanted to put together a quick video about the supposed wildfires in Maui, which to me look to be another case of directed energy weapons. And let's just go through some pictures. You can decide for yourself here. Just looking at this street here, we've got a car just completely, absolutely melted into the ground. These other cars just completely toasted. Up here, we have palm trees that look to have their leaves still intact. You can see some trees in the background as well. There's what looks to be bent steel, melted steel all over the place. Looking at this next picture here, we see more cars just completely toasted. Cars in the street, more melted steel, more trees that look to be intact. Businesses and residents completely destroyed here. And this was a precision strike. You can see the palm trees and the little greenery here untouched, but the houses right next to it, just completely decimated by directed energy weapons. Here we see another picture. We've got like a little park that's untouched here. Once again, there's a building right next to this park, completely burned. Buildings around it disintegrated. You have a boat here that looks to be torched. I mean, how can a forest fire torch a boat? And looking around here, they didn't hit, this front building right here. But once again, you got trees in the background there. Just so many houses and small businesses destroyed. Here's another view of a street. And these cars, right next to the ocean here, just completely toasted. And sadly, these look like fleeing civilians murdered in their vehicles. And that's just disgusting to me that the elites do stuff like this. Once again, you see more melted steel. You see another tree basically untouched. And what happens if you put, some broccoli or a tree branch in a microwave and turn it on for a little bit? It might warm it up, it might get soft. And then what happens if you put, say, a small metal toy car with plastic and other components on it? You're going to get a reaction. And that's what we see here when we're looking at these vehicles compared to what's happened to the trees. Let's go ahead, let's take a look at this picture. I mean, once again, fleeing civilians in their cars murdered, and then you've got buildings completely destroyed. And right here, they didn't hit this patio. It's got cloth umbrellas, it looks like, with decorations heading to palm trees, completely untouched. All right, yet the building next to it is destroyed, just completely destroyed. You got a car in this parking lot melted into the ground. And let's go ahead here. Here's a look at that park we looked at earlier, just from the other angle. Once again, you got whatever these were, small businesses or houses, completely destroyed all around it, and the park is untouched. The elites, they love to worship nature. They love to worship the creation instead of the creator. And this is what they want to do. They want to eliminate us. They want to eliminate small businesses. They want to create more wildlife sanctuaries, more parks that they can enjoy. Will they push us towards smart cities where they can monitor every aspect of our lives, every impact that we have, every minute part of our carbon footprint? They want us eating insect protein, and they want us to have a mark to buy and sell. They want to be able to tell us exactly how much electricity and how much water we can use each day while we live in shoebox size apartments. And this is what they can do. They can burn down cities and rebuild them as smart cities. All right. And let's see, just continuing to look around here, we got what looks to be some type of pier here. This is, completely torched. There's a boat completely torched. in the background there. Once again, we've got trees standing, palm tree leaves. They look to be untouched up there. Yet we got things in the water torched. What type of wildfire could possibly do something like that? And looking around here, here are more boats out in the water. Just, you got one torched in the background there. You got this one pretty burned up right here. I guess the Coast Guard is calling for a sonar so they can look for sunken vessels that were torched. Once again, this isn't something that a wildfire could possibly do. Here's another boat, with a boat that looks to be sunk right next to it. And so, this wildfire, it doesn't burn trees, but it does burn boats, houses, small businesses, civilians, cars. What else doesn't it burn? What else doesn't it burn? I'll tell you what it doesn't burn. It doesn't burn celebrities' mansions who have sold their souls to the devil. All right, because when you worship the devil, he gives you what you want in this life, and it will cost you your soul.
Locals in Maui were refusing to sell their land to the elites. The part of the island mainly destroyed by the fires was prime area right next to lavish mega mansions. Now, a lot of those locals are forced to sell their land, and many tragically died in the flames. Oprah Winfrey has a luxury mansion in Maui. It's completely fine. Jeff Bezos has a luxury mansion in Maui. It's completely fine. Lady Gaga has a luxury mansion in Maui. It's completely fine. Bill Gates has a luxury mansion in Maui. It's completely fine. Morgan Freeman has a luxury mansion in Maui. It's completely fine. Will Smith has a luxury mansion in Maui. It's completely fine. Julia Roberts has a luxury mansion in Maui. It's completely fine. How did the fire know to avoid the most expensive mansions? Wake up. Take a real close listen to what Governor Josh Green of Hawaii had to say about the fire.
It does appear like a bomb in Firewood. It does appear like a bomb in Firewood. It could be a new line in its own image, its own values. But it's going to be billions of dollars.
Also, you've got reports of civilians running and jumping into the water, and they reported that it sounded like their skin, or it felt like their skin was popping, all right? That, to me, again, that sounds like some type of microwave-directed energy weapon that they were hit by.
What happened here?
He says he heard his skin popping in the heat as he ran.
At that moment, while I'm running, because I cannot see anything, it's all black. I thought I'm gonna die.
He started praying, and then an opening.
You ran,
And this.
you prayed, and you made it.
And then, of course, they give us this actor. He's mocking Christianity. He's mocking Jesus Christ. They obviously put him in this position, concerning a one world coming religion that doesn't involve Christianity, but involves the Antichrist and those who want to follow the one world religion.
So, JC, you were caught in that fire. Describe your experience.
Well, I wasn't caught in the fire, but outside the fire. My house is in the middle of Lahaina, so that was burned down. But I stand on the highway just north of town between Lahaina and Kaanapali, the only road where the tourists go. So I stand on the road representing the real church, heaven on earth here today, which is one community, one people, not a religion of Christianity. So I am really the pillar of the community that Joanne was talking about.
Glad you made it out okay. Thank you so much,
You're
JC.
welcome.
So you decide, does this look like a wildfire to you, or does this look like directed energy weapons? I know my decision. There are also reports that the water was shut off during this event, so people couldn't battle the fire on their own.
We were fighting. We felt like we were winning. We were keeping it at bay, keeping it off of the properties. The water shut off. Even the firemen that were patrolling couldn't refill their trucks.
And it looks like Hawaiian Electric, they're trying to blame Hawaiian Electric for some of this. It's probably a company that wasn't willing to play ball with the elites. And they're going to shut them down probably. They'll replace them with some type of electric company that they can profit from, because that's what they do. Nothing is never enough for the elites. All right. They want to see how much land they can take. They want to see how much wealth they can accumulate. They want to see what type of control they can establish, what type of fame they can have. Nothing's ever enough for them. So I just pray that the Lord helps these people here who are attacked. I pray he helps them rebuild their lives and rebuild their community. And he kicks the elites to the side. All right. And it doesn't matter if you live in a homestead in the mountains, or if you live in the suburbs, or if you live in a city that's not a smart city. This could happen to you next. All right. They don't want self-sufficient homesteads. They don't want suburbs where people have to drive long distances. They don't want cities where they can't monitor everything. So they could use these in your neighborhood. They could use these on your homestead. They could use these on your city and then say, you know what, we're going to rebuild this as a smart city where we can monitor everything, and we'll help you and life will be great. And you'll see a type of slavery you could have never imagined before. And just looking at all of this too, I didn't become a Christian because some missionaries came to my door, or because I grew up in a Christian family, or because I walked into a neighborhood church and liked their music. No, I became a Christian because I saw the wealthiest people in the world, the elites. They worship what they call Lucifer the light bearer. They worship the devil. They have an incredible amount of control and an incredible amount of power. They've got a lot of technologies at their disposal. And when I saw they worship the devil, you know what? I said, I'm going to worship Jesus Christ. I picked up a Bible. I took it seriously. And I found out the story of Jesus is real. All right. He is the Messiah, and he will save you. He'll save your soul, and he'll watch out for you in this lifetime. So I hope if you haven't made that decision, you make that decision as well. All right. Thanks for watching. God bless.